Okay, guys, really excited to bring y'all this video. This is made by Tyler Moss. He's going to be making a lot of videos of this style. It's going to be a game breakdown. He's going to do this very often with all the rookies coming in, and this is a class to get excited about. And we want to draft the best rookies on our dynasty team. We want to load up with talent, but we're going to continue the consistent content here with the format that we have. So this content is going to come on a second channel. Some of you may already be subscribed to it, but if you're not and you enjoy this video, make sure, please, go down in the description, subscribe to this second channel. It's going to be consistent videos just like the one you're about to see. And yeah, really hope you all enjoy it. It's going to be coming out consistently.
Hello, Fantasy Flock Nation, and welcome to the first ever Fantasy Flock Film Room. I'm going to be your host, Tyler Moss, through these videos. You can find me at Tyler Moss NFL on Twitter. And what we're going to be doing here is breaking down a lot of film from draft prospects of the 2020 upcoming season for the NFL and what they're going to be able to do at the next level with their skill set. Now, to jump right into it, our first prospect of the 2020 Film Room season is going to be DeAndre Swift, running back from the University of Georgia. Now, this is his 2019 tape against the University of Florida, where he put up a stat line of 25 rushes, 86 yards, 3.4 per, one reception, and 24 yards. Now, he did have an unofficial touchdown that was called back on a holding. We'll analyze that play deeper when we get there. Now, just a quick disclaimer, this is a film study. This is not a highlight reel, strictly to study the film of the players. So let's go ahead and jump into it with his first play from this game. So right from immediately, we start seeing him get bottled up very early. He struggles to finally start getting space in this game, but what's important is how he starts slowly wearing down the defense and eventually starting to get more of the electric runs you expect from him. So don't expect anything too early from him, as the Florida defense does a really great job at keeping him contained to begin the game. So again, bottled up fairly quickly. And really, that's just a great play by Jabari Zuniga of Florida defense. That's more on the offensive line. Now, we finally get to see what he's able to do in the pass block, quick chip block to try and get open. Of course, he doesn't get this reception, but you kind of get to see how he functions as a receiver. So a quick chip, and then it's Lawrence Cager who does the work on that play. So here's another handoff to Swift, cut inside. Nothing much going, but gets the important first down. That's really what matters on this play. Again, DeAndre Swift, absolutely bottled up again. Struggles to get going in this one. You watch him make a quick chip, struggles a little bit on that block, but keeps the man out of the backfield, which is most important on that play. Another handoff for Swift. Again, bottled up. It takes him a very long time, definitely past the first quarter, to start actually getting going in this game. See, it's the last play of the first quarter. Once again, bottled up. So, again, it takes him some time to develop strong running in this game. But once you see it, it's really electric stuff. Now, again, big chip block there. That's really important on a linebacker blitz. In order to get that big chip, we'll watch that again. So you're going to see DeAndre Swift's going to come up here, make a huge block on the DN that switches with the tackle on that play. And that's going to be able to make the play happen for Fromm and be able to get the ball out and make a really great play to pick up a big chunk of yards there. Again, here's Swift. And an absolute stand-up. But this is the play where we start seeing the physical running from Swift, an adjustment on how he figures he has to run in this game in order to find successes. And yes, he stood up there, but it's the next play that's most important here. Of course, he's going to be in the slot, so A bad throw by Fromm. Probably would have been a quick pickup. But here's the run play I'm talking about. Again, you start seeing more drive through by Swift on the plays. You start seeing a more physical running. He's less elusive, and this is the kind of adjustments you can see Swift make in his running style. He's able to run many different ways, whether it be elusive, physical, shifty. This is where you see Swift. He's very flexible in how he can choose to run, and he starts choosing to run a lot harder against this really, really tough run defense of Florida. There he goes. He's going to make a big chip block there. A little rough on that. I ideally would have liked him to kind of stand up his guy a little bit more, but gets the job done. Again, big chip. So ideally would have liked him to get a little bigger block, but it's about what gets the job done, and that certainly did. Now here in the red zone, one of his rare red zone runs in this game, absolutely stood up. But this is the big play here. He finally gets a generated hole. And that's really important because what we see is a struggle to get holes in this game. Now, credit the Florida D line and credit their linebackers to be able to come up and make these plays. But finally, you're going to see a generated hole for Swift, and this is really important here. He's going to get the handoff. He's going to cut into that hole, and then he can start running more shifty and elusive. And that's really what he wants to do. While he has zero problem turning into a more physical back, it's when he's able to make the shifty, elusive plays that you really see the electricness of what DeAndre Swift can do. So here we go again. 5-line set. DeAndre Swift, you got to get the handoff. And finally, he's able to get outside on one of these. And yes, short pickup, but really, really showed his speed on that, getting to the outside, which is really important because that's what Swift's really able to do, is beat people with his speed and be able to have space to make moves and beat guys on the other side of the line. So again, handoff here, really cuts outside, beats this end right here, is able to make a light cut through here and just drive through for about 7-8 yards. It's another big handoff and a really, really great shifty move there. And he's able to finally find space. This is his biggest play of the game. Absolutely incredibly. Finally is able to break space, cut into this hole, and was really great at finding the gaps. Now I want to take a deep dive into that play. So you're going to see the handoff. Instantly, you got great line protection right here on the interior, and Andrew Thomas does a really good job of making his guy get pushed out to the outside, which develops a really clean hole for Swift right in here, and is able to find this space. Now he has a few guys he has to beat right here and here, whether this man makes a good adjustment on the play to get to him, and then you obviously have the corner up top. But Swift's running here to find even the tightest holes to get space through is really something else. You'll see makes the really, really great move on the lineman who dives his feet. Really athletic play by the lineman, but Swift just is a freak of nature when it comes to making moves like that. Jumps back and is able to cut upfield once again. You see it. He finds a really, really thin hole. He's speedy enough to take past 55 here, and now he again has to worry about the two linebackers I pointed out earlier. And you see he's going to split that hole. And kind of a rough play here made by the Florida linebacker, but a great job by Swift to cut it, get the right angle right in between these two, and be able to find a lot of space. And now, again, you see another level he's going to have to take on. And you see as this develops, you see he's going to cut out, and that's going to get past 13. 13 is going to have to re-angle this play. He's going to be able to get past the cornerback, who makes a really weak tackle attempt here, but that really shows who wants to tackle a horse like DeAndre Swift at full speed. You see the cutback, and finally 13 is able to pull him down here. But a really, really electric play by Swift in order to get past a lot of different men. And once again, you see it in full speed. One gap broken. tackle, another gap he finds, cuts back. Really, really great run by Swift. See him getting the ball again, bottled up. That's 2 plays from that play he just ran. DeAndre Swift's going to cut it out, get some space in the field, develops that run really, really well, makes a quick juke to get a little bit of more yards. See another, and again, this is something we're just going to keep pointing out, is how good he is at getting outside on these runs. I mean, because the second he gets outside, you're giving him time to get up to speed, and he's able to make those shifty moves, and he does those shifty moves so fast. That is what makes Swift so special. It's how he's able to make those moves so quickly and still be able to maintain full speed. He's going to get a little toss here. Again, it's about finding space, and we'll point it out time and time again. As you give DeAndre Swift space, he's going to make the play. Now, again, that's an unofficial touchdown. That was the one unofficial touchdown he had in this game. But really want to break this down. If you give Swift this much space, and now this is really a play designed by the University of Georgia here. If you give Swift this much space to make plays, you give him a lead blocker to take on any of these two guys. You get a block here and a block here, you're going to find space. Now, yes, there was, I think, a holding somewhere, I think, right up here, which is out of the play, and that's really unfortunate for Swift in this run. But yes, again, when you give him 3 lead blocks here, that's going to be able to get him into open space, and then you get him the speed to make a play off the toss, you're going to just see electricness out of him. And again, you start seeing this breaks down a little bit, and he's going to make a slight adjustment to what he's doing. Now we'll take it from the top again. So he's going to start seeing this slowly collapse. This lineman does a really, really good job, or linebacker does a really, really good job at closing up this gap and pushing it outside, hopefully expecting Swift to cut it back in, which is normally what defenses are looking to do to try and make a tackle on a player, is they want to push him inside back into this hungry defensive line that they have chasing right after him. And Swift isn't going to bite on the inside move. He's going to continue to push it outside and use his speed to break these two players right here. You're going to see he makes a light, quick adjustment just to kind of see what gap was going to be best. He chooses to break it outside, which is obviously the correct move. When you see the full play, you have these two guys now forced to chase. He's kind of fading out of the play. That's a D end. And you're seeing Swift become to the point where he's off to the races. Again, a great block there. Probably a light hold. You could call it that. Probably a light hold on that. But again, the play is really more about DeAndre Swift's elusiveness on it and what he's able to do to get a lot of space. When he's given a lot of space, when he's given just even a few blocks, what he's able to do with speed. I mean, he's only touched, I think, right there at the very end. I'm not entirely too sure. I think the only time he's actually touched on this play is maybe right there by 26. But again, that is an untouched play, breaks it all the way to the house. A really, really great play outside of the holding. And I think the play call was on number 5, but it doesn't matter. Really, really great run. Obviously, the touchdown doesn't count for Swift. Now we continue in this game. That's another toss. They're exploiting this play. And honestly, that's what you got to do when you have DeAndre Swift on your team. You got to give him the ball in space. The inside runs work occasionally. He is really good at being a physical back, but it's when you give him the space that he's able to really, really do work. And you see it time and time again as this game continues and they start to see how that works. Now, again, good power. Only about 5 yards, but doesn't matter. They go right back to him. And you're starting to see how he's wearing down this opposing Florida defense. And that's really what it's about. Those plays at the beginning, it is tough because you kind of look at it as someone who's looking to draft someone you see is getting bottled up about 3, 4, 5, 6 times consistently. But it's when you start wearing him down and wearing him down that DeAndre Swift can become electric. He uses his physicalness to wear the defenses down and then starts using that speed and elusiveness to really start making electric plays for the Georgia team. Now again, this is an interesting setup on 3rd and 1. Real quick talk about it. Got about, I think, 6 or 7 guys on the line. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys on the line. An interesting setup. You got 2 tight ends set. This may be a wide receiver coming in. Kind of an interesting formation for them. You guys obviously got a Florida D line that's lined up right on the line, expecting a run up the middle, which is exactly what they're going to get. And this is where you kind of see a little bit more shine from DeAndre Swift. They expect the run. Everyone knows it's a run. You even got the cornerbacks staring in. They don't expect any passing out here. You got the safeties coming in. They're expecting the run play here. And still Swift is able to make a quick spin, pick up about 3 yards. Yeah, not a great gain, but definitely a good one. Again, 7-man line. He cuts it back, makes a little spin move. And you see Jonathan Bernard not very happy that he couldn't stop him there. Again, another handoff to Swift. And this is what we start seeing towards the end of the game. 6, 7, 8-yard pickups, 9-yard pickups. He really starts becoming a little bit more electric in this game. And that's another big first down pickup. And that's really what started breaking this Florida defense, is these 3rd-and-1 situations where DeAndre Swift was picking it up almost with ease. You see as the game continues, they start bottling up again, but it's a little much too late. No timeouts for Florida at this point. Any throw is going to win it. And that throw to the tight end, losing his name, but doesn't matter. Again, this one's to Swift. Try and close out the game. 3-yard pickup. Time's ticking off the clock. The game is, at this point, over. So I do want to look back at that play. That's an important play in the game. So here it is. Let's see what DeAndre Swift can do in the blocking. That's the play right before, unfortunately. So here it is. This is the big pass play. DeAndre Swift, there it is. That's where I want us to see. Right there. Look at this pass block by DeAndre Swift. Now you see an absolute bull rush by the linebacker for Florida. DeAndre Swift's going to break down. He's going to see this man. This is his man. There's no one else to even get a touch on him. He's going to be full speed at DeAndre Swift. And DeAndre Swift immediately goes low. He's going to basically chop block this linebacker, stop any sort of rush, and keep a very, very, very open pocket for Jake Fromm to be able to let this develop and make a play. Now, again, you're going to see this guy tumble. There's DeAndre Swift, a chop block on the linebacker, getting him to fall forward. That rush is now killed. You're going to see David Reese try and come up and make something of a play here for Florida. But at this point, ball's already out. He's got his tight end over here to make the play. Now, to close out this tape, a few more rushes, and yeah, that's the big block that we're talking about. That's on Ventrell Miller from Florida. The linebacker, really, really great linebacker for Florida. And finally, to close it out, a few more rushes for DeAndre Swift for good measure. Just trying to keep the clock active. 1-yard pickup there. Got to see one more from him, and it's a little rough, but you go down, you keep the play clock rolling. So again, that's going to be my breakdown for DeAndre Swift and his game against Florida. Again, 25 rushes, 86 yards, 3.4 per, 1 reception, 24 yards. A really solid game when you look at it and what he had to deal with at the beginning. A little struggle to get going at the beginning there, but that's really just a credit to Florida's really, really great run defense. and you saw Swift slowly start breaking them down, using his power to kind of wear the defense down a lot, and started really exploiting them with his elusiveness and speed and shiftiness in his running. And that's where you see some of the big plays go. And again, that touchdown was not counted. There was a holding on the play, but again, that's probably the most electric play from this game. Untouched, about 30 yards to the end zone. And there's a lot of really good things to look at here for DeAndre Swift. I think what's going to make him a really, really great back in the NFL is I think he's about a late first round guy. Most running backs are. There's not a great selection of running backs. There's a really top heavy list of guys. It starts to weaken out as you get lower, but I think DeAndre Swift is the clear best guy in this backfield when looking at all the tapes of all the other running backs coming out in this class. I think he's the best guy. He has the most versatile weapon pack that any running back could have. He's able to be elusive in the backfield. He's able to have the speedy rushes and break away from guys with his elusiveness, and you're able to see a physical running. And I think that's what you see in this Florida game more than most, is how he's able to use his physicality to really break down defenses. And again, not an impressive stat line, but DeAndre Swift really is a good back when he uses all three of his running weapons to beat a defense. So again, we're going to be continuing to put out film videos for you guys, help you guys get kind of like an understanding for why we're saying certain things about players, why we're high on certain players. And it kind of gives you guys a deeper understanding on how good these backs really are and what their potential could be at the next level. I see DeAndre Swift as definitely maybe a first, second round pick in startups. He's very, very talented. He's got incredible speed, incredible physicality. We just keep talking about it. It's absolutely electric, and it's going to make DeAndre Swift a great, great player in the NFL. Now, again, if you like this content, follow me on my Twitter, Tyler Moss NFL, TYLERMOSSNFL. I'm going to be trying to release some film videos, kind of talk about some guys on my personal YouTube as well. But this is going to be all for the DeAndre Swift film. We may do a few more videos on him. Maybe against the Texas A&M game. I'm thinking about maybe the Auburn game. I really like his tape from 17 rushes, 106, 2 receptions. I really like that tape. And then we're gonna be getting to other running backs and wide receivers as well. So if you have anyone that you're interested in us breaking down film wise, please leave a comment under the video, and we'll try and get to them, because we want to break down guys that we know you're interested in taking, you're interested in drafting, because we're really just trying to focus on helping you guys more than anything else. So again, like and comment and subscribe for more. We're going to be trying to pump out as many of these videos as possible in a week. Thanks, guys.